Hello, welcome to Fibertown. This is episode 133. It's December 11th, 2015. I'm Emily, Chain of Fools on the Ravelry, and Fibertown with an R-E on Instagram. Hope everyone is doing well. Let's see, it's Friday afternoon. I've been pretty darn busy, and it's been about 10 days since I've been able to sit down and podcast. So, welcome to everyone. I wanted to say that the group is slowly approaching 1,000 members in Ravelry, and that's Fiber Space Town Space Podcast. That's the name of the group, and we're around 970 some members and have been for a while. I wanted to remind you all of the 1,000 member giveaway that's going to happen. I have a skein of special Volmisa to draw from the Volmisa question thread. When the group reaches 1,000 members, it is this gorgeous, gorgeous skein. There, oh yeah, that's pretty accurate. So this is the twin base. So it's 80 wool, 20 polyamide. It's the Glückstag colorway, which means lucky day. So yeah, so that's just a reminder to folks who might be out there lurking and have thought about joining but have not. So consider it. Okay, we're going to talk about the FalCal. Then we have FO's, works in progress. Spinning, knitting, weaving. No, spinning, weaving, sewing. The knitting is the major part. Ask Fibertown and acquisitions. Hey, off. Sorry. Oh, crud. The dog just came in. I left the door ajar for her. No, get off. And she has muddy paws. She's been in the vegetable garden. Go to your crate. Go clean off. She cleans off in her crate. She gets in there. No! Get off the cat. Sorry. Oh, this was going so well. Then Alice has to come here and make me yell. Yeah, said your name. Anyway. All right, so FalCal, the Fibertown along. Let's see. Gather my thoughts again. Everything has been mailed except for the loop bump, which has been unclaimed so far, and that was won by Nabiscuit. So Nabiscuit, I know you're out there. I hope you see this soon and you let me know your address so I can send it. It's sitting in my car, very lonely, in an envelope, more like a parcel because it's big. It's a loop bump. So this week's winner of the FalCal was number 359. And that was Knitting for Sanity, and I know the feeling very well. Knitting for Sanity. You won yarn this week. Let me move all of this stuff. I have so much stuff to show. You won all of the Regia this week. You won this gorgeous skein of arabesque color. And this one of Floromania. Now these were both given by Fiber Fairy Godmothers. Thank you, Fiber Fairy Godmothers. Oh, I forgot to say, I had a donor who made a donation on the blog through the donate button. Thank you so much. It helps with paying for hosting for the podcast, for postage, there are always costs associated with the podcast. I love it, or I would not do it. I will not be doing a Patreon account. I won't talk more about it, but if you feel like you would like to support the podcast, that's an excellent way to do it. And it's fibertown.blogspot.com with a fiber with an R-E. Anyway, back to the winner. Knitting for Sanity. PM me. Let me know your address. And I will get these to you in the mail. And these will make excellent socks. Love my Regia socks. I really, really, really do. No, you still can't come up here. Go on. Okay. Next week's winner will also win yarn. So, keep your works in progress coming. If you knit one of my patterns, you get to enter the FO twice. You can enter progress pictures. You can enter chatter. It's all eligible. Okay. I have 2 FOs today, and one of them is right there. Let me just have some coffee. All right. Memers, Hudson Valley Knits. She has a podcast. I I made a washcloth, and I used a very new to me cotton. It has not been washed or blocked yet. And I used the stitch pattern in the snowberry hat, which was designed by Kimberly from Teasel. And this, okay, so this was knit. I did modify it. This was knit flat instead of in the round. And I did no purling. I just knit all of the stitches, even if it said to purl. And it's kind of an interesting texture. I rather like it. Which I think texture is great for a washcloth because, texture. So this will be going in the mail to Amy, who is Hudson Valley Knits, or she does that podcast. And this will be for her senior love along, as well as I'll probably send something else too. But this is a new to me yarn, as I alluded to. And it's Dishy by Knit Picks. Not a big fan of cottons, but I rather enjoyed this. It's a worsted weight cotton. Yeah. Turquoise, lovely. It's made in India, FYI. Yeah, you can't surprise me by coming to that side either. And now you have wool on your whiskers. Sorry. If you go in your crate, let me see. Let me see you. She is not taking no for an answer. Your paws are so dirty. Oh, and you're smelly too. See? See, everybody? Those dirty paws. And that one too. If you've never met Alice before, this is Alice. I just like to have the moment of Alice silence, please. The little whip is sticking out today. Make me do silly things. She's a good girl, but she's dirty. So, yeah, washcloth. If you haven't considered sending in a washcloth for Amy's senior love along, you might want to consider it. She does a holiday thing, a shindig at a VA home for retired military and military spouses. And these people many of them are quite lonely, so this is a lovely thing. And she gives them, something handmade and other things. So I'm glad to be sending that off to her. Now the other FO I have, oh, my glasses on my head. Let me take those off. And I want to show you my Bobble hat. Yeah, there are a few ends to weave in still, but they're all inside. It's okay. So this was meant to be a gift for my husband, who doesn't really watch the podcast. Ooh. Is my elbow getting? I'll have to take a look at that. Okay, so this hat is made to be worn with a folded brim, but due to a couple of variations in the pattern, I guess it works. I think it's gonna look better on me. Okay, so, oh, well, hello again. So we're definitely not taking no for an answer. So is this gonna be the second outfit I have to wear today? I did yard work and got really dirty earlier. And now I'm gonna have dog dirt on me. Not dog dirt in the British sense. Not that. Okay. At any rate, so this is all out of hand spun, and oh my goodness, I love it. So the brim, and I probably should have known better. She has just made herself extra comfy here. The brim is hand spun baby camel and Muga silk, and it doesn't have the snapback that wool does, unfortunately, for a nice rib. It did before I washed it. It needed washing because it's Fair Isle, but okay, so that's baby camel Muga silk. That was spun on my trindle quite a few years ago, and a lot of these I used in a tartan weave that I did. And I really love the colors together. Oops, there's an end right there. And then, is that an end? Yes, it is. And then I have some Clun Forest that I bought from Joanna Springs Etsy store. I think it was the Clun Forest from the mother flock of her Clun Florist. This is a brown Jacob. This is a Finn, which is lovely. More Jacob, And then this is also a fin with the white being Clen Forest. This is a fin that I started, this was Briquetta's fleece, the blue, that I dyed and then I overdyed. And I've used it here and there, but I haven't made a sweater. I have a sweater quantity still. Yeah, it should be knit into a sweater. So it's little sheepies in a night sky, and you might notice that I put extra stitches. He's not supposed to have that like mohawk look right there, but yeah, he does. Yeah, the other ones are okay. He's supposed to look like that guy, and instead he looks like that. I rather adore this hat. I don't know if I can part with it. I might, because, you know, my husband is wonderful. He loves my hand-knit hats. I think I did a nice job tensioning. What else can I say about this hat? I have it needs a pom-pom, doesn't it? And I have I have more. I could make another one. I really, really might need to. So this was the brown Jacob. The fin. Oh, I love that one. It's so luscious. This is all I have left of the camel silk, so I would use that for something else. I love doing my sheep gray, though. Maybe I could do the Morit sheep. That might be awesome. This is the Clen Forest. It's a down wool. This is, that's a 2-ply. Okay. And then this was Briquetta dyed. And then I have some other odds and ends in here that I could use as well that aren't maybe as next to skin. This was from Nash Island? Flat Island. It's the 2015 clip that Swensty sent me and I spun. And this one is Cotswold Lamb from Ross Farm. So yeah, there's definitely material in here for pom-poms and another bobble hat. And it was I couldn't put it down. I never know if I should say addicting or addictive. And I really should know. I need to look that up. But it was either one of those things. It was very, very, very fun to knit. Oh, hello. I can never capture her quite right. Capture the both of us. Yeah. So those are my FOs. Works in progress. Let me see. One more coffee sip. And now I have hat head. So back on go the glasses as headband. Very handy thing. All right. Works in progress. Okay, I have my nanook back on. It's been on the needles this whole time, but it's getting work done now. And I've hit another, this is in one of my hand sewn bags, drawstring, the Tula fabric and the dandelions inside. So yeah, this is the nanook. This is the only part on the needles currently, and it is a sleeve. And I am back in love with knitting this. This is a hand spun sweater spin out of a Cotswold Coopworth lamb fleece that I bought at a Shenandoah. I think it might have been 2013 or 2014. And these are all the skeins left. Plenty of yarn. I'm a little concerned that the fit on this is snug so far, so I might actually block it on the needles and or wash it rather and see how it relaxes, because I had looked at some of the project notes and they do say that the sleeves come out tight. They trend toward tightness. So I did cast on more than recommended for the sleeves, but this is how, sorry, get out of there. Okay, so this is the sleeve. Of course, I do have a sweater on already. But there we go. There's a sleeve. I think it's going to be okay, but what I'm also concerned about is the width along the back. Doesn't seem quite wide enough. Doesn't seem like there's enough fabric, but there could be. So the other sleeve will have to start here, and it feels quite stretched across the back. And the fronts are open fronts with this kind of fancy collar. So it's a fun, unusual construction, but the downside of the construction is that I don't know if it's going to fit like I would a top-down raglan. So yeah, it's a bit of a question mark right now. So at some point I will definitely put it in the hot sink of water and let it dry and see what happens. I love these fabric ties. And they're easy to make now that I have a bias cape maker. Coffee. I realized that I might look really bright. I have some lights on me today because it's overcast. My other on the needles is in here. It's the Doodler. I finished clue 1. Yay, clue 1. So I'm done with my Northbound Knitting Metallurgy yarn, which is this. And I'm on to clue 2. Let's see, I want to show you the correct side. Yes, this is the right side. So there's clue 1, plus the start of the cable for clue 2. And clue 2 is being knit with the Hazelknits Artisan Sock in the Sassafras colorway. I'm knitting these, as well as my Nanook and this are both being knit on US 6s. My Nanook is on marbles, interchangeables, and I'm really enjoying those now, and I have more to say about them later. But this is being knit on my signatures, my one pair, which come untwisted, and this point, the stiletto point, is fine for the Artisan Sock. It was not great for the Northbound Knitting. It was splitting it all the time, and I had to go quite slowly to avoid splitting. So I think it would have gone faster had I used a different needle. Now this part of the Northbound Knitting has been knit already and frogged, so I don't know if you can tell the difference on screen. But that's with right here is the Pristine yarn. And then right here you can tell it's been knit already. I can, at least. So yeah, I haven't been devoting much time to it, but once I do, I think that cable will go fast. The other thing I have on the needles is with some new yarn. And Alice is sleeping on my final work in progress, which is going to be an issue, Alice. This is Opal Sweet and Spicy in the Cake Pop. My friend Sarah is back from Germany, and she brought me this, and I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. So these are going to be socks for a friend. I need socks for me soon. After this, it's all about me. Because I've just recently had to trash 2 pairs of socks. They were darned a couple times already, and they were ready to go. So I'm down 2 pairs, and I need more. I hope I have enough to get another pair out of this ball of yarn. I'm sure I will. The Opal yarn is generous. I hope I like it as much as the Regia. It's in terms of wear. I don't know if I like it as much for knitting, but isn't that fun? I love it. Now this is in a new bag. Holland Handmaids. I was on her Etsy site like I do sometimes, and her bags are just so easy to buy. They're just so easy. This one is one. I have quite a few now, and I just love this black and yellow. It just calls to me. And, I didn't realize, but her bags are completely reversible. There are no seams. There might be one at the bottom, but I can't know how you could avoid that. But they're totally reversible. And, yeah, they're just great. They're so much fun. And then I noticed I wasn't going to buy it. Then I noticed she had 99 sales. And I said, I have to be sale 100. And I just pulled the trigger. So she also sent another adorable one. She didn't say what it was for. Could be for me. Could be for you guys. Probably will be for you guys. She's super generous. She's lovely, lovely, lovely. And I adore her bags. And I'll show you something else she sent me later on. So those are the socks. The last thing is my mitered square blanket. Let me just, we might have to postpone that because This creature right here. Hang on. I'll knock my keyboard off. This creature right here is on top of it. And Alice, I really hope you don't have needles poking into you. Alice, do you have needles poking into you? Do you want to get up and let the people see the blanket? I did a lot of work on it. Alice, do you remember when we went for a walk today? Did you see other doggies? Kitty cats? Squirrels? All right. Was that talking to you? Okay. How about we shift you to this side? Pretty princess. Hi, sweet pay. Hi, sweet pay. Such a good girl. All right, come on over this side. Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Oh my goodness. All right. Put your booty in there. There you go. All right. Sorry. There. Okay. As I was saying to Alice, I did work on this a lot. In fact, I've been doing sort of an Advent square a day sort of thing. And I wish I didn't have this square in progress. It's going to make it a little trickier. I think this might be a mustache yarn. I could be wrong. Okay, let's see. So I have these two. This is handspun from Christina. This is handspun by me out of Santa Cruz from Swensty. Super elastic. What else do we have? Ooh, that pretty one. What else? Oh, this one. Sparkly. What else? This one. Sparkly. This. Okay, here on it again. This lovely pink lemonade one. Oh, hang on, there's a second one in here. Oh, there's another handspun from Christina. Told you I did a lot. This gorgeousness. This was the Yogot. I might have showed you that last week. And then I did an edge square, which I haven't done in a while. And for this side, you just sort of cast on 15 stitches onto the needle, pick up a 16th, and then pick up 16 along this side. I call it casting into the air. Yep. That is it, folks. That's the works. Those are the works in progress. Alrighty. How are we doing for time? Oh, 22 minutes. Okay, spinning, sewing, and weaving. Well, not a ton of spinning, a little spindling of the tunis from Ross Farm. Some weaving. I've showed you the yarns for those. I've showed you both of these projects before, and not a lot of progress has been made. Sorry about the moving. And then sewing. I have a ton of sewing on my list to do, but have not succeeded in actually sitting down to get it done. However, I have prepped something. I got this at Finch Sewing Studio. I got out a hoop for it, and I bought some pearl cotton at Joann's. This is my drop cloth sampler. I'm very excited about hanging this up in my creative space once it's done. So, if not before the holiday break, then definitely during. I will start working on that. What else? Let me put this here. That's it for spinning, sewing, and weaving. So, Ask Fibertown. Please bear with me while I draw that up. Log in again. This was a question from KY Spinner. Let's see. She says that she would love suggestions from the group about this, so I'm putting it out there for everyone. Her guild, Knitting, Spinning, Weaving, is trying to put together a stash swap so they can rehome those lovely things that they have not used, but that they, for whatever reason, are ready to let go of. But how to set it up. Bring one item, choose an item, figure out a method by weight. Please throw something out there desperately buried under fiber and want to use the stash exchange to take place. Want this stash exchange to take place. So interesting. I have heard of these before. And it seems to me like the simplest thing would be that you may take as many as you leave, or fewer. I don't know, as I've never organized one or participated in one. If you have, let us know in the episode thread what you think and what you think works well, and what does not. So thanks for the question, and there is a thread out there if you have other questions. So the last thing today is acquisitions. All right, I will say that in the past month, I've acquired 4 or 5 unicorn tails. When I have to pick up my daughter and I drive into the city, it happens maybe once every other week. I like to go a little early, have some lunch or some coffee, and hang out at Looped Yarn Works in DuPont Circle. And that's in Washington, D.C. It's a really nice neighborhood local yarn store, and there are regulars that are always there. It's very welcoming. The owners, the people who work there are lovely. And they have a lot of really interesting yarns. They have local as well as your sort of everyday, I won't say generic, but your workhorse yarns. And it's just jam-packed full of yarn. There's always something new. So, and I pick up the unicorn tails. So right now I am 6 away from completing my collection. So, yay. I'm not going to show you till it's complete, but there it is. All right, now I showed you the Holland Handmaids bag that I purchased. There is one that is here somewhere and I cannot find it, which is equally adorable. That was a gift from Erin. And then she sent me this because, as I said, I was her 100th customer. She sent me this, you guys. Cascade Heritage Prints. Look at that. Christmassy colors. It knits up like this. I don't know when this will be cast on, but I've seen this on podcasts. I'm very excited to get this. Soft. It's 75/25 wool nylon. And this was a gift for being her 100th customer. I'm so tickled that I was. And thank you so much, Erin. So there's that. Now, I have I have several lovely friends who always send handmade things at the holidays to me. Something little and handmade. And one of my Sarah friends, she sent me this. She's a podcaster. I have 2 Sarah friends who are podcasters. This is Sarah Pomegranate. She does the Yarns at Yin Who podcast, which is one of the classiest audio podcasts out there. Probably the classiest, and has varied content that is just so valuable to me. All sorts of different things. I love podcasts that remind me of things that I don't think about in my daily life. Yarns at Yin Who is one. Knit Spin Farm. Fiber Trek. New Hampshire Knits. Who else? Sometimes Truly Myrtle. These are all podcasts that sort of bring me out of my typical mindset, I guess you would say. So look at this adorable little gnome. He can go on the top of a wine bottle. In fact, he has a cork in there right now. There used to be some red wine on that cork. Ooh, 2010. That was a good bottle of wine. All right, so tell me that's not adorable. I love him. I think he might have to go on the tree. So there's that. And then she sent, this is perfect. This is a needle keeper for threading embroidery needles and just having them ready to go. So that if you have some time or you feel the urge to embroider, you have needles all set up and ready to go. So you sort of lay them through this ribbon. And I love it. At first I thought it was a bookmark, but it is not. I think she said that that was an idea from Rebecca Rehnquist. And it's just a little quilted rectangle. I love it. So another Sarah friend, fiber fairy godmother that she is, gave me some things. She's getting rid of some yarn and books, and I got this book by Nancy Bush, Folk Socks, and gotta love a lady holding a lamb. She also let me take home this Trekking Hand Art by Zitron. I love the colors, and I've been wanting to try this. I think this might be a 4-ply. And she destashed this. Now this is supposed to be, this is a Turtle Made. It's a bottom, I think it's a bottom whorl. I guess you could use it supported. I may use this as a prize. Look at that. Is that a Triskelion? I think that's what that's called. Looks Celtic. So this might be a prize in the future. And then what else do I have? Two other things to show you. Along with my Dishy yarn from Knit Picks, I succumbed. I succumbed to the Felici. I have never tried it. And after knitting that baby vertebrae, you can get one baby vertebrae, newborn vertebrae, out of one ball easily. So this is Knit Picks Felici. This is the Madrigal colorway. And I also bought the Baker Street because Sherlock. And I really love these colors. So it's very soft. I don't know how it will wear or what it will be like to knit, but I also did say that Alice could use a sweater out of that. And she's down here getting my chair dirty. So the last thing, I wanted to show you this. This is these are the Marbles DPNs. And I was lucky enough to receive these from Stitchcraft Marketing. And I also have the interchangeable set. Now, I was kind of regretting not getting the DPN set, and I said to them, if you ever have a DPN set that needs a home, I would be happy to have it and review it. So, because I really did like the interchangeables, and since I was knitting so many mittens and hats, and I was using DPNs, and my DPNs are mostly bamboo, and they all look the same. So and I have them stored, I have so many. I have them stored in Moroccan tea glasses that are beautiful, but it's such a pain to find 5 of the same size. And I even have them grouped by size. 1s, 2s, and 0s to 3s in one glass, 3s to 6s in another. You get the idea. 6 to 9 in another, and then the big fat ones. So as I was going through that, I was just thinking I should have gotten the DPNs, the Marbles DPNs, because each size is a specific color. Can I just tell you how awesome these are? I love it for that reason. They're just pretty. They're really pretty. And, if you have the interchangeable and the DPN set and you're knitting a hat, you're doing something on Magic Loop or whatever, and you have to switch to DPNs at the end, you just grab the same color, and you don't have to worry about the gauge being too different. I love the way they're packaged. It's compact, it's pretty, it's easy to put them back in. It's obviously easy to find what you need. I took these to a little knit night I had with some friends, and I was knitting the Bobble, the ribbing, and I passed it around, and it was just myself and 2 friends, and I said, well, tell me what you think of them. And one of the women didn't like the sound that they made, and I don't know if she generally feels that way, but she wasn't a fan of the sound. I love knitting needles that make noise. I always have. I like knitting with metal needles for the click-clack. But if that's something, you may find that you don't like these. I don't notice a noise with them, but she did. And then the other one knit on the hat for quite a few rows. She just kept going and going using the US 6 DPNs. That's what I used for the Bobble. And then a 7 for the main body of the hat. She said she felt like they were kind of bendy, too bendy for her. However, she did knit a whole bunch with them. But she said she also liked them okay. I find that they warm up really pleasantly. I think they're acrylic, and I do like the give that they have, and I find that it reminds me a little bit of the wood in terms of the warmth and the give. I do think that they're easy on my hands, so I actually look forward to using them. And I've completed a couple projects with them now. So I did the washcloth with them, the Bobble hat, and yeah, my Nanook is on the interchangeable. So I like them. Thumbs up. Your mileage may vary, but I'm excited to have them. So that is it. That is all. Let me close this window. 35 minutes? Didn't see that coming. So hopefully I will see you, I think I'll see you next week, maybe on Friday again. There's just a lot going on. My work has picked up. My small private practice has picked up, so I'm a little busier there. And end of the year stuff, concerts and parties and so forth are all happening. And I'm throwing a dinner party tomorrow. So yeah, all good stuff, holiday events. And hopefully I'll have lots of time, well, some time to sew as well as knit. All right, you guys, until then, y'all take care.